Hello, good evening, welcome back to Planet Coaster 2 and our plans for a spooky park, and boy have there been some additions. So let me just quickly show you. Jump into first person camera. He says jumping into first person camera and then realising he's not got his keyboard plugged in, which would help. So what have I added since last time? I can't remember what you saw last time, to be honest with you, but I think I've added a few bits. Hopefully we can see in the darkness. I'm going to walk away from the music. Cross over the... We only had... Yeah, I think... Huh? Okay. There's a weird invisible barrier, which is not good. Yeah, we had the village, so yeah, I've called it Sleepy Hamlet for now. And we had this little building here. We've now got a toilet next door, which is also another little building. Sorry, my right stick is playing up. We have a chapel. Why? When I'm pushing forward with the left stick. And we have, so up here we also have a staff room entrance here. So yeah, that's a staff room. Only a small one, but... And yeah, gonna add some writing on there for guest services. And then we have the Witch's Flight, which I am working on. But today I wanted to do a coaster. But yeah, we have some spooky trees. I've yet to add fire into that spooky tree and finish building all around here. We'll jump out. Oh, and the other thing that I didn't get to show you, let's put normal music on. It was all muted. So yeah, there is a spooky little ghost there, which I've made just out of curtains, basically. All fabric like that. But obviously when we have night view, yeah. And we have Witch's Flight as well, which has got some little bits of decoration. And when it actually spins, the witch, because the witch is going in one direction and the actual aeroplane swings in the opposite direction, she goes slower, which means this game uses actual physics, which means they could do so much more with it in the future. But I would like to build a path with a boomerang coaster going over the top. That's what I want to build. I think the main park is going to have to extend out this way, possibly round behind the entrance. So the entrance would come in here, but we've got room for park, perhaps up to here. I don't know at the moment, but at the moment I just want to build a path. I'm going to copy existing texture. Build the width slightly bigger. And what I would like to happen is for the coaster, Cobra Roll, to go, well, over the end there. So I think it would look pretty good. I may put a junior coaster in this bit, but we'll see. We'll leave that like that for now. And now to flip over to everyone's favourite little tab, coaster. So let's, what we got? alternate lift, chain lift, suspended. Alright, we may have to go manufacturer restrictions, age, propulsion, guest age restriction, adults, no, content packs, no, vintage funfair, thrill seekers pack, bonus rides collection, main game. Okay, we have them all, that's not a problem. Alternate lift wing, water special, suspended, launched. So there can be inverted boomerangs, which I like inverted coasters, but I do inverted coasters all the time. Mind you, we didn't. Inverted and woodies are my thing, really. But yeah, I really want to do. I have tried that in the Viking Park. We'll definitely be going back to the Roman, the Echoes of Albion Park at some point. That's when this is finished, and I'll definitely go back to my Planet Zoo park, obviously, when Planet Zoo grabs me. So don't despair. But at the moment, we're just looking for a nice boomerang. Inverted shuttle roller coaster where the train moves forwards and backwards between the vertical cable lift towers at each end. Okay, that's boomerang, but it's not quite boomerang in that sense. Coaster launches guests of all ages into a whirlwind adventure. Launch family coaster. Looping. Vector return. Shuttle coaster where the train travels forwards before returning to station in reverse. Yeah. Shuttle gets to the end of the track, then rebounds and back to start in reverse. I've been on a coaster like that before. Actually, on a boomerang many years ago. My stepdaughter dragged me on, and I think it was the first time I went on an inverted. Actually, did an inversion on a coaster. It's cable and chain lifts. What's that? Cable and chain lifts. Whirlwind Adventure. That's chain lift. Yeah, see, I think that one passes through the station a couple of times. But I definitely want a boomerang, which I know people don't normally go for boomerangs, they're first. So that's vector looping. See, I don't know how. I kind of like the more rounded coaster. So I may have the entrance on one side and the exit on the other. Does that make any sense? Right, we'll build the coaster and then see how we go. But I definitely want the I definitely want it to have a cobra roll over the path, so as you're walking down you get to see the coaster fly overhead, possibly going up to a scene at the other end. Alright, let's, reverse horizontal cable pull. It's going through the toilets. There's a problem there. May have to bring it slightly across. Yeah. Oh, it can't go much higher than that. That's a bit ridiculous. Because if it goes too high, let's shrink it down a bit. What's the distance off the ground? Yeah, if it goes too high, well, it's going to have lots of propulsion, but then we'll go there. Right. And I just want to move you across so you're not actually sticking through the toilets. Although it would be really nice to have it go over the toilets, but Yeah, there is that. Is it really tall? I don't think it's that tall. We'll see what the propulsion's like when we... No. Edit coaster, thank you. Friction brakes. Oh, so it goes up the other end. It pulls it at the other end as well. Ah. And then releases it. Alright, so it probably doesn't need to go that high then at this end. That's interesting to know. So that's like what, 42 meters. Geez, it only needs to go about 30. So no. I do want to edit this piece. Yeah, that's ample. We definitely don't want a dive loop. We want a loop of some kind though. Yeah, that's what we want. Not too high, but not... I just want to see how it travels through there, because it should, theoretically, it should get to the top and slow down a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah, it loses. So you've got a little bit of hang time at the top. It's always good. Definitely got to theme it around a sort of scary. So whether you go towards something scary and then in reverse come away from it. Alright. Okay, it's not even going to make it. Alright. So it needs to be a little bit slower. A bit lower. Oh, of course it's not going to make it. That loop is actually bigger than the rest of the coaster. That'll be the reason why it's not going to make it round there. But that cobra roll is a bit... Yeah, that's what I want. So it's... And can I angle it slightly? Still not making it. I mean, it's a pretty standard boomerang layout I'm going for, but I don't know why I'm doing that, because it actually needs to get round there. Unless I make the chain lift faster, makes any sense. Launch to go for 6 miles per hour. No, we don't want a launch. Catch car return speed. Oh no. Release delay. 2 seconds. Yeah. So yeah, I know I've got the problem with. Trouble is moving it. Yeah, we'll try that. Oh, come on, let's see. Please make it now. I may have to make that lift hill slightly bigger, but I don't want to make that lift hill bigger. That's the smallest loop we can go for now, so that hang time is mad. Like, it's hanging there for a week. But that's perfect. Coming back. I don't want that. I don't want that on the. There's a bit where you can select. Yeah, ride photos. We will think about that at some point, but at the moment, cars 7. We can make it less cars. Would that help? And we could turn the friction down slightly as well. We don't want too long a wait time on a. Yeah, well, you can't have block sections as such. Where's my... Alright, I just want to see... I can't remember where the option is to select. Put in... I might need to turn it down a little bit. But yeah, I don't want that bit of track sticking down on the supports on the. So how do I turn supports off on that? Unless it's an option in. I bet it's in settings though. In which case. That's disable warnings, scenery collision. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Global coaster going off track. Allow coaster supports on path. Yes and no. Supports can still be toggled for individual track pieces in track edit mode regardless of this setting. Guests will walk through supports that are on a path. Yeah, therein lies my issue. Guess we'll walk through. But I have a feeling I can make them not walk through. Because there's a barrier that they won't walk through, and also bins, they don't walk through bins. So, I could perhaps do that. It's not going to have a lot of speed at the other end. The only other thing I could do is turn friction down to 0.8, so it's got a bit more momentum. That's the only other thing I can think of doing. Or make the lift a little bit bigger. Well, that's perfect. That hang time. And I don't want it to go too fast through the... See, if you have... See, at the moment it's just all special bits. I mean, that's purely what it is, but you know, occasionally can anyone spot the problem there? Yeah, because I can. I just turned track supports off and you didn't let me turn track supports off. Oh, that's practically donk. Yeah, knock your head on that. That's still too low, I think. The other thing is I adjust the path according to the coaster, which might be better. Let's see if she makes it round. I keep pressing triangle to do. We could go through the corkscrew. The big question is, will it make it around the loop? Well, FML. Go again. Let's just run it on high speed and see if it goes. See, it drops it way too early. Yeah, it does do it. Just makes it. Right, so what are the G-forces like? 5.61 max vertical G-force. Hello Momo, how are you? So where's the G-force really playing up? Vertical G-force. There. That's the heaviest bit when it first goes into the Cobra. The other thing I can do is make it nice, sort of family friendly type coaster, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I need a little bit to dissipate the it's got to be something that's going to work in reverse. That's the issue we have. As well as forward. That's why I kind of wanted to mix it up by putting corkscrew in. Right, let's see if that works. We don't get as much G-force. That's the main issue. Still getting 5.5 Gs, 8 inversions. Do we just run with it? Because guests will still go on that. Although 5.5 Gs is a lot. Although I bet it's only fractional. And I bet it is see, at the moment 4.3, but it's not going that fast into there. It's not carrying lots of speed, so I don't know how it's hitting such a high G-force, unless it's the particular element I'm using, the Cobra roll. The Cobra roll was a pretty standard. I still need to make it a slightly bigger Cobra roll. I might just go with it anyway, but then it's getting the path to go across it. The only other thing is to scrap it and put the path, like, not scrap it but move it, sorry, so it's over here and the path is coming up in between. Like this way, this direction. That's the only other way of doing it, I think. If I want guests to walk underneath the Cobra roll part, which is certainly the idea. Now we're going to need to move it forward a bit. I'm sorry about that car bombing around in the background, but you know. Sorry, I caught the mic there. Real apologies. So I'm thinking of how I'm going to connect up the entrance and the exit as well. But yeah, it's quite nice having like the coast all around you like that. You have to stand here and watch it fly by. Yeah, real apologies to headphone users, because I know what it's like. Somebody catches the mic. I mean, I could use this for entrance and exit here, I would guess. I'm so annoyed that this isn't like update 16. Well, update 16. No, the next update that comes out on the 16th cannot come quick enough, in my opinion, to make. In case anyone didn't notice, didn't know, sorry, because they're not a regular player or avid player of Planet Coaster 2. We're not. I don't know whether I'm getting leaf litter. But we're getting a sorcerer's pack. That was the announcement yesterday. So looking forward to that one. It's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, this is what I don't like, is having to deal with this. Filling the gaps underneath the path so the path isn't floating anymore. But as of update 16, the update out on the 16th, get it right, yeah, we won't have to do that anymore, because path we can make path follow terrain. Hey look, what's going on there? See, so I'm having to pull the path up and end up with stupid things like this. Oh, no, hang on. And there we go. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Having to deal with that all the time just to sort out the paths, because they're most annoying. I'm just opening my drink. I like all this that I've put around here. I'm waiting for the DLC, because then I've seen gargoyles in it and that, so that'll be cool. That's kind of giving me an idea of what we can do with this coaster. Colours, colour scheme. Do we have a colour scheme in mind? We do indeed. Okay. Coaster car. No, we'll have to go dark grey there. And then what's this? The wheels? The wheels and the orange wheels. Nope. Yeah, it looks much nicer now. Yeah, I might have. It'll have to be. You have to enter and exit via the back. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm gonna be able to make buildings lean as of the 16th of September. It's not massive. Kind of feel it probably go up higher than that in reality, so perhaps we could have a bigger lift. Cobra Rolf just feels janky, doesn't it? Oh no, it works, but it doesn't lift up anywhere near as much as a particular boomerang model would. Yeah, they lift up a bit higher than that. Although, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to. Yeah, it seems alright. It's not perfect, but it's serviceable, and I'm not really a massive realism person when it comes to building coasters. I'm not that good, but when it comes to theming, that's probably my strong point. Yeah, I want to add other bits on there like jugs and things, just general things that would work for Halloween. Yeah, when this I'll show you what I mean about the physics-based stuff. When it gets going, spinning in one direction, you'll see that the witch actually slows down because they're going opposite ways to each other. You see, she goes on a pretty weird and wonderful journey of going slower and slower. She's going against the aeroplane. Yeah, at one point I had it close to the Latte Love, and they were actually hitting the legs on the thatched roof. I was like, nope, that's no good. So I need to make a sign for that, and I possibly need to do a bit more with this, as it's not overly decorated at the moment. It's just a little basic idea. However, I would like to build, I'd like to build, yeah. Something sort of castle based, so you can see into it. Like parts of it. Hey, hang on, is that? Oh, I thought that was a damaged piece. You see, there is no sort of ruined walls anymore. We would have to create our own ruined walls, so it's frustrating. See, older coaster stations tended to be a lot more open, whereas nowadays they tend to be a bit more enclosed. So I don't know whether to go for the enclosed look or the more open look. batteries. Let's have a look. Right, that's far too light, and yeah. Ah, curse you. When you used to put batteries together, they used to form a corner on a corner. No, they don't. Curses. So it just looks meh. Looks mid. Just looks a bit bleh, like they haven't bothered. And I love this game to bits, but it can be frustrating when parts of it feel like weren't QA tested enough. So I'm thinking perhaps we have archways. Hang on. I'm just looking at something, just an idea. But then you'd have to have a corner piece, and there isn't a corner piece, unfortunately. Just slightly annoying that there's no corner pieces. We need ruined castle or just ruined walls that are diverse and what's the piece I'm looking for? It's not that. I guess it is that then. Oh, okay. Because of where it's been. In Planet Coaster 1 there was actually some bits to extend castle walls. I don't know whether those bits have come over to Planet Coaster 2. I don't think they have. It's like this, the decorative course. Oh, I bet they haven't, because there's that decorative course and you can just flip that. Does that make any sense, people? So if we wanted to make it a bit higher, we would simply go like that. I was going to say you wouldn't want massive windows like that, but we can put glass in them so they remain protected of sorts. However, what I was referring to that we could do is simply this. There, how easy. And you just bring it down. It's slightly fiddlier, if I can speak English. It's slightly fiddlier, however it does give you the desired result. I don't know whether they snap to position either, they probably do. However, it's just finding something to snap them to. No. So yeah, I haven't played all day because I was like, I really want to do this on stream, the coaster. How I'm going to theme it. I was going to say I don't know, but I kind of do. I have an easy way of making it stick, if that makes any sense. So then if we just copy that, there we go, nice and easy. So what's next? I just realised a problem with this whole design. Have you noticed a problem? Swiper, no swiping. Alright, this would make it easier, I think, if we do it like that. Yeah, I thought it might do that. I don't know whether to go for like big pointed roof or so you can do. We go for like a big pointed, or we could just simply go for a plain design, but I don't think a plain design would be as interesting, you know, to have a plain creation. It's 3, isn't it? Yeah, it is 3 in width. The only other thing is I make it slightly bigger. Make it 4 in width, but then having design decisions, that's the problem. I can't decide how to best approach it. See, that's what I really want to avoid doing. A boring square, you know, or rectangle. Lime plaster be useful. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll give it a go. It's so irritating about those corners. It's just irritating, irksome. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, I just can't stop yawning for some reason. That's a lime plaster wall. We don't want lime plaster walls, we want castle wall. I've got an idea of what I want this castle question mark to look like. At least get the basic shape designed now. Does that stick through? No. I'm going to cover that in, so when you're inside that is just a flat roof. Above you would add support beams, etc. Perhaps I'll go for stone styling, but what we're going to do I'm going to need to add sort of trim at the top there, possibly. I could add the back buttresses slightly sticking out. If you sorry, they're not the buttresses. I can't remember what these are called. Crenellations? No. Whatever they're called. I'm thinking to cover up that awful design choice by the game, but then okay, that's highlighted a problem, hasn't it? Glad I discovered that earlier rather than later. You know, I'm going to need to cover that at the bottom. Oh, I can possibly do it. That's sticking over it. No, it won't work because there happens to be a coaster over there. It's going to clearly interfere with the coaster track here. Oh, that's flat, is it? Spire roof. Yeah. If I'm making no sense and I'm muttering to myself, it's because I'm thinking of what to do next, or what plans I have for the next piece. Octagon extension, no, we don't need that. There is these, the octagonal minaret tower pieces, but see, there's that piece, there's no parapet, there's all sorts of things, but not the pieces I'm looking for. Is that it there? It is, you know. I have no idea why it was in a different place, but I'm not going to argue. Now we found it. I'm just going to do this because it's going to be easier to do the way I'm thinking. I think it's only about, yeah, a metre off. I don't know how I'm going to do the glass or what I'm going to do with it, but I'll get there with ideas with the glass in the windows. I know someone has actually done a sort of stained glass design pack. So maybe I'll get some pointers from that. That's half width. Alright, we're going to at least get the outline of this castle idea done before I might have to call it a night, because I'm feeling very fatigued. I just want to see what it looks like when you fly through it in a coaster. It'll be interesting. But yeah, it's a lot of work to do on the castle yet. Even just with the basic feel and shape that I'm going for. It'll look quite good once it's all designed and. But yeah, it'll be and then we could put the spooky elements into it. I don't know whether to have it in like a race build boomerang or a vampire, werewolf, pumpkin, king, you know. Think Nightmare Before Christmas. Numerous ideas basically. Probably like have some knights guarding it and have race. I think race could be good. You know. Call it near death. Near death experience. Pushes enough G's to be that, doesn't it? And from my experience of, I think, and many people's experiences of boomerangs, they're not exactly the smoothest or most comfortable of rides. The sort of thing people get off and kiss the ground once they've finished a ride. I made it back to terra firma. Thank my lucky stars. If I do it like that, I don't think. Even so, I think, yeah, I thought they'd done that. Yeah, all the fancy pieces, when you put them together, the corners used to like join up. It's a shame we can't select that option. Make any sense to people? Hopefully it makes sense to you. It would form a proper corner rather than leave a horrible gap like that, which personally I think looks bloody awful. You know, it's I would say it shows a lack of care or attention to detail, but I know it's not the case with Frontier. They're a really good company for supporting the community, so I think it's probably just an oversight on their behalf. So we have lots of other towers. If anyone's thinking, I get to see what you're doing there, you're kind of right. I am doing that. If that makes any sense. Yes, that's what I'm going for. That kind of look. You know, imagine a spooky Disney castle, that kind of feel. So lots of towers and minuets and things, because I like those kind of things on a castle. Still have not designed an entrance, but you need to get a ye olde town now. which is what we want a ye olde spooky town. I did say it was going to be one tiny area. I'll probably build up near to Halloween, and then I'll put them finishing touches in like the last couple of weeks, couple of days, sorry, before Halloween. And put it out on the workshop for everyone to check out afterwards. Oh, no, you decided against that tune, did you? No, hang on, stop. Stop that, we'll have no more music. Just cars bombing past in the background. Line plaster floor, quarter, we do not want that. We want that. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking perhaps wraiths, and so I can use the similar to the ghost over here. Just have them standing around the station and things. Try and use light, and we're not. Perhaps not standing around the station. Perhaps when you come up here, you see. Although on the lift hill, you don't get that far up. I mean, unless you sat in the back, you wouldn't really see it, would you? The front, you're not going to see it. I think. Yeah, try that. That would be better. So I don't think when we come up we're going to get a chance to look down on the roof. I don't think the front goes up the lift hill high enough. No. Nope. It comes to there and then drop. It pulls really high G's there apparently. And there's a fairly standard looping coaster layout, boomerang. And apparently it pulls really high G forces there. See, that's so smooth, but for some reason the Cobra roll just feels better going faster actually. And all I'm concerned about is if they actually ride the coaster. The guests ride the coaster. I'm not going to be worried too much about G-forces, especially when it's doing weird things that I could probably spend ages ironing out and weakening the design, but I just want that simple design. And for it to be effective, and it, apart from the slow entry into that Cobra roll, it doesn't feel too jank. It just if you guys don't mind, put pressure on me to finish these parks. I'm terrible for not finishing parks. Oh, hang on, so that's just those side bits, isn't it? I think the main issue is I get so far into a design I put a lot of effort into, and then I suddenly think I either get bored, frustrated, something happens that I don't like, or there's a bit I don't like, a piece, an area, etc. And instead of tearing it out or trying to reapproach it, I just start again, which is a terrible habit to have. So consequently, very few of my parks get published or see the light of day, which is not the way it should be. Alright, let's go for singles. See? Sorry, it's put a big gatehouse going across the path as well, like coming out of here. Either attach it to that or do it as a separate building, but make it look like it's attached to that. The usual planet coaster trick. Right, is that hexagonal but small? Yeah, it is. However, let's say it blocks that there, and whilst it does, it doesn't actually fully block it out in a way that stops you from seeing, which is the important thing. Tower slim tower. to see once it gets windows, lighting, buttresses, support crenellations, all that other rubbish that's on a castle. I say rubbish. All the other design features, it will look quite good, hopefully. That's the theory anyway. Whether it works in practice remains to be seen. Round, slim, round. Let's have a look. I just got a feeling that's too high. Oh. No, it's not too bad because you can clearly see it, and I can put some windows on it and that sort of thing. Got that piece there as well. I can either have parapet extensions or just parapets. I do think there's something slightly better about the design of the parapet extension. It just looks more, it's got more detail and it just looks more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. What is going on here? Let's try moving you across. There we go. Capstone, or I might use the capstone actually. Is it better? Just looks better in design, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Whoops. Yeah, when this sorcerer pack comes out, hopefully I can make... I know there's new effects in it, and I know there are some new animatronics, so it'd be interesting to see how we can incorporate those into our designs. So we've got round, slim, round. Right, let's have a look at how we can do the across the path design. Yeah, it will. It will work. I think if we go like that. That's how much I want to fit this design idea in. I think what I do here is just come down to a there we go, that make it a bit more interesting because you can walk, well I say a bit more interesting, it'll just make it easier for the guests to walk under and there'll be no issues with me having to use pieces underground or wherever hidden to try and make the guests go around it. Okay. Do I just thinking, do I want them that? Also had another thought, is that going to fit? Is that going to work at the top there? Yeah, that castle tunnel bridging piece, if we could have used that actually to get the path at 8 and like just brought that into extend the bridge if you like. It's going to look quite, I hope quite striking. I had some autumn wreaths or something that I said the other night, fallen leaves and autumn wreaths would just make my life a heck of a lot easier. Yeah, I can't find anything to substitute. Well, we had a look the other night. I still can't find anything to substitute fallen leaves, which is a shame, because they would look really nice. Give it that further pop of colour. Now I'm just having to rely on trees that naturally look autumnal. Okay, what's that? Lime plaster floor. It's not what I was grabbing really. I want the castle wall floor, thank you. There it is. Okay. So I was just thinking of changing this to a solid archway piece. So let's do that. Yeah, once we've got the basic design, I think it shouldn't be too hard to edit. I thought I said lime plaster for a second. I was going to panic that I picked the wrong piece. Yeah, alright. The only thing I don't know how to... Oh, that should be alright, actually. That was my genuine concern. Let's jump all the way out here. I grabbed Castle Spire Roof. I thought I grabbed the quarter piece. trouble is I can't see whether that was exactly on the station or not. It's just a bit awkward with all the information it has to display. Oh, I saw last night Park Beyond was on sale. The only good thing I think about Park Beyond is they have the license for things like Shrek. It's actually been discounted to less than the price of this of DLC for Planet Coaster 2. But from watching the trailers, I think one of the reasons Park Beyond didn't catch on is the guests just look vacant. Oh, that's clashing. A few other bits. I don't want to add more parapets and stuff on. See, that's way too small to be able to put a door on there. Is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking the tower needs to be another level. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. I need to go up a couple of meters. 1, 2, 3. Get some bits just to plug that gap, I guess. Okay. It's jumping about all over the place for some reason. And there is a line to this one. Yeah, the good thing about Park Beyond is they've got, because it's Bandai Namco, they've got obviously they own Pac-Man, so there's Pac-Man DLC, and there was some other DLC that I saw. It was, oh yeah, that was it, Chicken Run, which I was surprised to see, but the sequel to Chicken Run was DLC. I have heard that's quite good, the sequel to Chicken Run, but I've not seen it. My boys watched it and told me it was good. I'm like, oh yeah, I must watch that on Netflix. And then whenever I put on Netflix, I end up watching stuff like Breaking Bad because I'm catching up on that. Yes, I've never watched the whole of Breaking Bad. There's a few things I've missed over the years. Okay, we're nicely getting there. It's beginning to take form, although this side's a little dull. I know what I am going to do though. Is it enough to cut into the... Yes. Do I care? No. Actually, I don't think it's going to matter too much with it cutting into the actual station, especially up this end. In fact, it gives it a bit of character. So is that thin, or that's a fairly thick piece? So yeah, it's a slightly thicker piece than the narrow. I put these on. I think I did put these on earlier. Yeah, they're there. That's good. I can't decide if I want that there or not. No, I don't want that there now. I've made up my mind and I don't want it there. That's a round spire. That's a octagonal. Ooh, that's not that small. Octagonal. So I think yeah, that's a bit better than it was. I'm getting there with it all. So I didn't want it to be the usual rectangular building, but I also, so I may have an extension on here that you go through. Does that make any sense? Of an extra bit before it comes out and hits the loop. You all know what I mean, of course you do. Everyone's a mind reader in this world. You said like a little bonus section, because then it will add I can't have it there, but it will add. You know, occasionally when you have an idea and you think, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So that you then become eager to try out said idea, see if the idea works. Well, that's exactly what's just happened to me. An epiphany, a eureka moment. That, every time I see it, I think that's just it's a perfect 45-degree angle, 4-metre high slope, but on the picture I keep thinking it looks like a ruin. Perhaps because I want ruins in the game so much, but yeah, that's just me. You've got a thing for dilapidated buildings and castles? No, not at all. Well, just a little bit, if I'm honest. What I want to do, it's pause and it goes into fast forward mode. I mean, I could have it come to there and then, yeah. We could quite easily have it come to there. Yeah, for everyone that supported Skyrim last night, since I haven't played it for over a year, it was good to see everyone in the stream. It was nice. Warmed the cockles of my heart. It did. I don't know whether to have arches or not. I mean, obviously I'm going to have an arch the other way, but I mean, like looking in, so you could see the coaster whiz by. If you were standing here, you'd sort of watch it fly through here. Because there were little archways. Yeah, I don't want to do what I normally do with parks, which is paint myself into a corner with a design I don't like and then just go, oh well, and give up on it for the rest of eternity. Right, so that needs to come across one. Yeah. Right, it doesn't need to, it's just easier if it does. Oh, Kieran gifted me the Beavis and Butthead back bling in Fortnite as well, so my son, which was nice of him. I popped on there earlier, which reminds me I've actually got some highlight videos to hit. Do you know what? I'm actually thinking yeah, I know what I'm doing, don't worry. It may not make any sense at the moment, but it will do. It'll make even less sense in a minute. The thing is, we're building on console with that limit, which is currently at 10%, and we've done that much. You know, you're ever mindful. It is almost criminal that it's restricted so much on PlayStation. I think that's because other consoles may struggle with it because of the cross-platform, basically. I was talking to someone who I work with, one of the new guys, new cleaners, the other day, and he was saying to me how he's always been a die-hard Xbox fan, but recently he's been looking at PlayStation 5s. He said one of his boys has got a PlayStation 5 and swears by it, and the other one's got an Xbox. So, hello One Shot, how you doing? See, I just found that quite intriguing that oh, evening Rat Spit. Well, I'm going soon too as well. So what are you thinking so far then to this little Halloween project, seeing as we're not getting a Halloween park, are we? We're not getting Halloween pieces, so I'm having to make my own Halloween stuff. Particularly fond of this Wraith. She's quite good, might have to be reused. Sleepy Hamlet's gonna get a bit shook up, I think. But yeah, I said the other day I was going to design a coaster, so, and then never got round to building a coaster, so I thought it was only the correct thing to do to come and actually build a coaster on stream. yeah, nice to hear from you. I'm glad you. Hope you're okay, Ratspit. And I know that feeling of being tired as. With my family. That's too. Yeah, that's too. When you have friends lurking, no doubt I'll be able to catch up with him in Discord at some point. Oh, yeah, well, I'm thinking I'm in roofs, and I wasn't. I was in everything, not just roofs. Do you want to, yeah, I think a 2 meter slope's perfectly fine. Yeah, with our limits. I think, to be honest with you, though, going back to what I was saying about all consoles, I think, you know, a lot of the consoles now are all basically PCs, aren't they? They're all the same language and things. Right, that is not lined up. If that ever happens to you, just exit the build, come back, grab piece and manually move, and voila, it is now perfectly lined up, as you can see. Why that works? Well, it has done since Planet Coaster, and why it works, well, only they know. Only Frontier knows why they do that, but well, our spooky Disney cast was coming along, isn't it? And that's a station as well. That's the beauty of it. That is the station, and we've got our entrance and exit. Is that going to be our exit? Yeah, that makes sense to be an exit, because the guests would come out here, bang their nose on that wall, and then come out here. So I'd like to put, I'd kind of like to tie something in on that, but I may not be able to. I may have to do the sort of idea I've got. Yeah, I might have to do it with like a switch track, launch based family coaster type, and there is one of those in that you can sort of do dark ride type feels with them. But yeah, that shape's coming along, which is what I wanted. Grid props, okay, grid. Fairy tale, thank you. I don't know whether to put this piece on or not. I don't think that's going to work. No, I don't think it's going to work, because I think it's going to stick through. Yep, that was my concern. Valid concern there. Okay. I'm going okay, because this bit. is... Oh no, it's okay. He says. Just trying to put an optimistic spin on it. Grin and bear it, you know. Smile a little. Everything will be alright on the night, kind of. I was just wondering what that was for a second. I know exactly what that is. Well, that's what decorating's for, isn't it? Let's go darkness and see. Yep. It's a good test, isn't it? It starts just so jump out. We are in test mode. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's interesting. One shot there, but we know that it doesn't matter what they officially call it. It'll just end up getting called Universal Studios UK. You know, that's all people refer to it as, because it'll be easier to know what people are on about. Universal Studios UK and Universal Studios America. And I mean, it'll just be the country that differentiate it. Yes, it's all right. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? As you ride round it. Once all the decorations, the candlelight, everything's added in, it will be it'll just bring it to that next level. Yeah, I kind of like the design so far. Blinds. That is really good. The way they've done that sunlight is too good. It just really affects your eyes. So, every time. Thanks, Frontier, for an excellent game. Yeah, the lighting is just next level. I think I did, but didn't I? It's just so much going on down here. You can't see what you're doing. Oh, it was something I was going to do. I've done it already. That's alright then. Yeah, it's alright. I'm just looking at that. I've got an idea, but I have a cunning plan. So I'm thinking probably wherever I create large windows, I'm going to have to put them on the inside as well, just to keep consistency. I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but I just think it would look more realistic. You know, it would give a better feel for it. Although I know in real theme parks, the outside of buildings is totally different to the inside. They're not they use space in a different way to most people, how people would do things. So what does it look like from on the old aeroplane? Quite nice, really, isn't it? Yeah, glad they I was kind of hoping they would do this spooky pack, but when they said magic, I guessed it'd either be sorcery or like effects based was the kind of two things I was thinking. And yes, sure enough, we've got a sorcery pack. Just hoping it's got leaf litter in, but it probably hasn't. That's probably the one piece that I'm waiting for that's just never going to come out. People have asked, you know, there's a Reddit thread, and somebody was also asking for foliage. So foliage is a big thing, you know, just to bring everything alive. Nettles, that sort of thing. Ivy. Return Mark 2 1 has no Mark 2 1. Yeah, okay. It's not going to say that name for long. Definitely has no entrance. We will place our entrance. We will place it in the wall. That's where we'll place it. There. And we will place our exit there. That's perfect now. And we will also build a path, a exit path, path, however you would like to say it. What I want to do first of all, oh, that's so annoying, isn't it? Why can't you just attach the stamp builder? Because especially the square piece, you know, come on. If you have point snapping on, it should just snap to the queue. You shouldn't have to go through this, do this rubbish. Alright, okay. Line width 4. The way around it, the workaround is to do that. Opening in 2031. Oh yeah, I think I had heard that. Why are you not? Oh, I was like, why is it? See, I don't want it to dive down as soon as you come out. Yeah, that's better. What are you doing, you silly game? Yeah, now. Why can you not follow the ground? I mean, what's so complicated about following the ground? I really can't believe that's not something they've, like, that's something they're adding in. What I'm going to do in options, add path foundations on. Curbs, supports, yeah, no, none of that. Turn the road path quicker to build. I don't think that was the issue with Planet Coaster 1. Was that's going to be a litter fest there, isn't it? It's just going to be covered in the stuff. I'm covered in litter. Oh no, yeah, entrance. Wood, paths cannot cross. I never near the twain shall they ever meet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Universal Studios because it's not just about roller coasters and stuff. It's also about the themed experience. So I think it will be very good for the UK economy, for everyone here. Alright, okay, I don't understand what's... As I say, I thought it was... Yeah, the line was hitting. Say turn off 90 degree. It'd be nice to queue. There. It's pretty safe to be under a lift hill. I say pretty safe, it's fairly safe. As long as they can't actually get too close to the lift hill. Yeah, nice. Now that's... You know, as you're queuing, you've got that. You'll see people just getting on the ride and build that anticipation. You'll see them at the other end as well if you look over there. Of course, this will get you the excitement to go on the ride because you can stand here, or I could put some benches down as well. You can sit here and literally have the whole thing roaring round to you. Just sort of an idea. This is just a work in progress at the moment. Wraith or Banshee, I think. Actually, Wraith sounds better, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not bothered by. I think Wraith. For a haunted coaster. Yeah, you can already sit here and watch people, or sit here and admire the coaster station. So inside I probably want lots of yeah, I was going to say beams, but I don't want beams. I don't want beams. We want I think stone, but I'm not having a flat roof like that. That's just going to look dull and tedious. Really, I think we can make it look a lot more exciting and a lot more interesting. Yeah, it's quite nice from most angles, this station, which is... You know, I don't have a lot of luck with castle builds, but trying to make a Halloween Disney-esque castle has worked. Oh, paths. Yeah, before we... Yep, rounded. Because that feels a bit better. It just looks nicer, doesn't it? That rounded effect. Oh, for... This is exactly what I was talking about. See, I've laid this path thinking it's all flat to the ground and it's not, which is, and then when you do straighten it up, look, you get that rubbish. Floating paths are a pain in the eardrum. Or something that rhymes with drum anyway. Yeah, I kind of like that grey and orange, but I don't know whether grey and orange would work or whether we want it sort of, if we're going to have reds, dark red, or... It's a good point, actually. That is a very good point. Just gonna... I think it's show you need, or the flat speaker. Oh yeah, yeah. The only thing about the flying theatre though, one shot, is on console we're going to be able to have program each like video for like 20 seconds. So I'm kind of yeah, I'm kind of skeptical as to how it'll work, what it'll be like, and I don't think there's many videos it's going to give us to put into it. But yeah, I think us being creative on console and having to think of these workarounds, I think we'll be able to do some interesting stuff with it. It's going to be interesting. Okay. Why is all the music? Was it all musical sound effects? I want sound effects, like genuine sound effects. Like, yeah. There's loads of sci-fi ones. Perfect werewolf sounds. I don't know whether you can't adjust the pitch of it anymore. We used to be able to adjust the pitch of them. But yeah, you used to. Okay, that's good. Reduces gaze? What? Oh, it's like rock. Okay, that's really good. If I could change the pitch of it, which you can't. So so you're stuck with the one sound effect, you know. Because that's how you get creepy, weird effects and that, by slowing down or speeding up. I mean, pitch bending samples is nothing new. We've been doing it since the 80s, pretty much, when the original like homemade editing software was there. Well, you used to plug your Casio keyboard or Yamaha keyboard into a computer and do it that way, and they had pitch bend on them. So yeah, you could pitch bend your samples. So, you know, that Medusa laughter, if you could slow it down or speed it up, you could get a different sort of tone and feel to what. Because otherwise you're highly limited as to what these are. Sounds like a sound effect from Fortnite. That's quite good. That'd be good for our chapel, to have like a church bell ringing once a... It's a shame I can't have a sequence go off at a certain time of day. I don't think there's... I don't know how a sequence... Actually, good point. Pretty sure we have sequences again in this. We do. Sequencer, event sequencer. So the big question is... Okay, it says on trigger only, but you can continuous, on trigger only, looping and on trigger. Okay. Hourly, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, every 4 hours. That's a much better option than we had before. So you could do hourly to make the bells ding, or... Yeah, that'd be quite cool. You could have the... There's one sound effect I could possibly use, which is the church bell ringing. See, if I could change that and make it into a really... And that does not sound like a raven to me. Or not the kind of raven I would like. That's quite cool though. No wonder I favorited that. Yeah, that'd be quite good. That's good as well. Was I thinking of Halloween? Look at all the ones I favorited. You know, just like Viking ram. Is that a special type of ram? A special sheep? Just wish I could change the pitch on them, so I could get different like creatures from them. Evening, Ashley. That scary sound that I'm hearing right now. Oh my god, my hair's just standing up. Yeah, it's there is some good noises, but good sound effects, like for scary things. But as I say, I can't change the pitch like you could in Planet Coaster 1. I don't think you can. Anyway, hang on, I've got loads favorited. My favorited ones. There's a crow as well, which would be good for a Halloween. Just looking through to see what my options are. you just know I've got to do an aquatic, a proper aquatic park, being a scuba diver. Okay, that's quite cool. That's from Planet Coaster 1. And that. And that's Planet Coaster 1 as well. And that sounds like the Joker. Three-eyed raven. Okay, that might be our bell that we can have going off every... And we have that already. I've had a horrible headache all day and it's just starting to feel better now. Oh well, I'm glad you're feeling better. I was feeling tired a minute ago, Ashley, and I was like, no, I'd been streaming for like an hour and a half, or not even an hour, and I was just like, as he gets interrupted by a scary creaky metal ghostly whisper. Well, that's quite good, isn't it? Right, Halloween park. There is some good sound effects then. I took it back. I just wish I could change the pitch so I could get more from a sound effect. I don't know why they removed that feature. You know, they've taken away some of the creativity from the first one. What they should have done is had the foundation there but built upon it, in my opinion. That's good as well. That's real good. We're going to have to make a... That'd be quite good to having our just playing every now and then in the station. I love it. Teachable Overoo. Oh, that just reminds me, new Tron film coming out soon. Super stoked about that third Tron film. I hope they don't kill it. I really hope they don't kill it. We've got some... yeah, so we have got some good sound effects to play with. That's good. That's what I wanted to know. That's what we've been doing tonight, Ashley. Building that. Have... Also a genuinely scary... Oh, you've never seen the Tron films? Tron... It's an acquired taste, but if you're into computer games and stuff, mind you, you'd have to be into old retro computer games, but yeah. Yeah, me Wraith. I'm really proud of this Wraith, because it's very hard to do people in this. And we have a scary Wraith in the graveyard. And that's staff room, guest services. I don't know what to call it. And we have Witch's Flight here as well, with a witch flying around on top. And the witch's house by the queue line. I'll just build some stuff up here. I've actually got space here that we could put in... I was going to say you could put in like guest service things, but I don't really want to. You could put in a flat ride though. Put in a couple of flat rides really, just to build it out. But yeah, that's what I've been building on this spooky castle thing. Yeah, I was going to try and build it over here, but there wasn't. We tried it and there wasn't enough room really. The coaster sort of came up to here, which is almost on the boundary, and it would just have looked a bit naff, a bit rubbish. Oh no, the boundary's up here. Oh. Well, now that's interesting, isn't it? Well, it wouldn't work for a boomerang, but an inverted coaster flying up and round hills and mountains, and it'd be really cool. So that's an idea, isn't it? I said I was only building a mini park though, so like I say, when we get close to Halloween, all production on this will cease and we'll call it completed. Well, I'm at 11% already though, so got a feeling with the, you know, we've done nothing so far. It's one flat ride, one coaster, a toilet block, a coffee. You can't even get something to eat or any gifts or anything in this park so far. You can buy umbrellas though. Does look good so far. Yeah, it's I'm quite proud of it actually. I think for it's original and stuff. And did I add more to the coffee shop? I called it Sleepy Hamlet. I was going to call it Sleepy Hollow, but you know, yeah, I think I did. Did I? I don't know. I made it a bit more interesting. I think I made Scruffy the cat on the sign. So Scruffy is immortalised, and Latte Love, and then this toilet block. Needs more pumpkins. And maybe it just looks better at night time. I think I have not. I haven't added much more, but I think it's. Yeah, it's. I don't think I had all the plants and everything around it, and that just adds a little bit more. I can perhaps add even more to it, but because of this stone texture, it's not. It wouldn't have the damage like this plaster. You know, like this plaster would have. This would be cracked and damaged, and I've got the dead lichen on the roof to give it a bit more orange. And I'm waiting for the pack that's coming out. I was saying earlier, the pack that's coming out is the sorcery pack, so I don't know whether it's going to have leaf litter or not. So I'm kind of gutted about that. Still not going to get my autumn leaf litter. It's not a Halloween pack in the traditional sense, but I think they're trying not to do what they've done before. But some of us would be happy with them doing what they've done before, because I'd love a Raven model and an animatronic, and I would love, you know, some leaf litter. And they've had them in the game before, but I want them again, you know, because they're so useful. Or just give them to us in the next free update, just like here. Or if you buy the DLC, you get given some bonus stuff. I don't know. There's some way they could do it. I think they should just give leaf litter to everyone. Need a few more coasters. But there is one missing that I want, which is, I mean, I like inverted coasters. Not so much fun to ride in real life, but I love them in Planet Coaster because just the way, you know, because you're hanging down, it's just so good to throw guests around through scenes and everything. And I think we need a launched inverted coaster that can complete a loop, i.e. fly, in my personal opinion. I don't know, I don't think the coaster game's lacking. I just think that, you know, it's not like it's to me it's not essential. Whereas, you know, things like leaf litter, more foliage and that sort of thing can make a huge difference in a park. Like, you want to convey a British park in summer, Nettles, boom, bang a few nettles in your backstage areas, or just slightly out of guest views, or on the edge of bits further away from path. It transforms the whole area. And they have these models. They have these models as part of Zoo. It's in the Cobra engine. I know Zoo's probably a different variation of the Cobra engine to what this one's running on. I understand that it's been updated and changed for Planet Coaster 2, because obviously this has scaling and everything. But it can't be that hard for them to convert the models, because they're converting them over. And it just, you know, fixing things like this. This is ugly, and this is through no fault of my own. I mean, but this is a fault of my own, actually. A spooky maze with mist would look nice near the castle. Good, cool. What, perhaps here? Because I need something here. And I was thinking flat ride, but I might put flat ride over this side, next to the. So you're on the a flat ride. Perhaps a flat ride. Let's have a look. What we got? See, I was thinking. I think 360 power is going to be. Yeah, like. Call it For Whom the Bell Tolls. Pendulum, to mention a few of my favourite music. I think that goes right over. But amazing, this area would be a little small. You say that, it's quite. You just want it to have the image. Oh, hang on. I mean, oh, it's swinging out across the path. I didn't want it to swing out across the path. I wanted it actually to be like that. Intersecting terrain. Intersecting terrain, my backside. Let's see what happens when we test it this time. Can we see a problem occurring? Is it hitting the coaster track? I think it is. It's just that's. Hello, I'm here from Health and Safety. I'd just like to say that your 360 power is going far too close to your coaster. You need at least 2 meters clearance. Could you please sort it out? But actually, you think it's quite small to put a little maze in there with mist and everything and effects. Bearing in mind, this is the size of a person. Let me stand a person in the middle of it, and you. Look, so this would be ample space for a. See that? I don't know. Oh, it does. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's enough space. Yeah, I mean, you you wouldn't want to make a massive maze anyway, because it's just dead space. You can't get your guests to walk through it unless I make the queue go through the maze. If that makes any sense. The queue for this ride go through the maze might be the solution. So it then gives the effect. Yeah, I don't know whether to have a 360 power there or a different flat ride. You know, most of my theme parks have one of them in. Either that or that or that. I have a thing about big wheels. That's a big wheel though. That's quite cool. I quite like that. Put it here next to the entrance. That entrance I can actually turn into a building. Yeah, that entrance we would put a... That's a good point as well. Just thought of something. Add a ride photo camera. Poor photo. Good photo. Best photo at the bottom of the... How might... Average photo. Best photo just here. Average. All that is average. Okay. Well. Poor photo. Average. It wants it on the loop. I mean, you're not going to have a ride camera here. It's just not. No. Just no. I mean, that's a good photo at the bottom there. Best photo. Alright. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying, best photo. I kind of can see what you're saying there, game. Let's come... No, let's say let's go down. Zoom out a little bit. Just a little bit. Spin slightly to the left or to the right. Oh, yeah. That way's brilliant. Look at that. That's an excellent... Best photo ever. You could do a sideways like photo, but then people on the other side would kind of be annoyed. Front on photo is going to be the best, I think. Yep, that is pure cinema. I don't know whether you could see how good that is, but I should have a job working for theme park. Buildings where guests could stay in them. What do you mean, like hotels? No, you can't make hotels. Not yet. We did have hotels in Planet Coaster though, so you can imagine what the community is like. We are a haunted mansion hotel. Oh, you mean can we do flat rides? Please build a CGI wooden coaster. What's which GCI? Sorry, GCI. Which model's GCI wooden coaster? Obviously, I've got to flesh out this area first. Like I fleshed out this area. I really like the fact that as you walk up here, you know, the chapel is the main building. Now we've got the lift hill as well. So you'll come up, you'll see the chapel, and you'll see that lift hill in the background. So yeah, sorry, which let's have a look. Models. Which one is chain lift? Wooden. So which one's the wooden GCI? See, that'd be good for that style of coaster. Would be good for. Yeah, you'll have to tell me which one that is one shot, because I'm not brilliant with coaster names. I know my coasters. Yeah, that's really nice coming over the. So you'll be able to stand here and watch the coaster testing. No, watch the coaster going past. I know race has finished testing and can be open. So I don't know what's had that for whom the bell tolls, or. But yeah, I wanted a coaster that basically could surround the guests. Great Coasters International. Yeah. But which model is that in the... Okay, I'll do some research and have a look into wooden coasters. Yeah, look. So you can stand here and just watch. The coaster just surround you, basically. Getting that layout, and you've got this area at the front before you get into the mayhem that is, and we've got the possibility of branching off over here, and we can branch off this exit as well. So brilliant, lots of potential. But I've mainly put the photo booth just here, like, and actually put it over the path, so you're kind of forced into it. But yeah, I can build paths around it as well, like a real theme park would. So we've got loads of potential for what we can do. So yeah, GCIs, I'll look into GCI wooden coaster. In fact, I'm gonna call it a night anyway, very shortly, but because we're just getting layouts and ideas at the moment. Yeah, does anyone think that's a good idea to have that there? We haven't had the radio tonight. We've not had the radio on tonight at all. Oh, I tried to make a raven. Yeah, it went bad. It was bad. I gave up. I mean, it's not bad considering, but I didn't like it. You know, I think, like, for doing this sort of stuff, like oversized or anything machine, trees, yes, well, I will be adding, it's only going to be orange, and we're only having autumnal type trees. I don't think it looks that bad. Yeah, but look, it looks better in the dark. It would work in a dark ride, perhaps. And I have seen people make worse things in Planet Coaster, but yeah, it just. All right, it doesn't look too bad. However, let me just show you something. I don't think it fits with the rest of what I've got going on here. You know, if I were to put it in a tree here or on a building, I just don't think it would fit. I think it would detract. It would stick out like a sore thumb. You know, that's the issue I have with it. You know, especially when I've got this creepy wraith, these amazing candles that I've built. And I'm probably going to build more creepy wraith things. Just mainly for this. So instead of Mickey Mouse coming out to greet you on the Disney castle, we're going to have a wraith come out to greet you on the haunted mansion. Yeah, that's yeah. You were asking about flat rides. We do have flat rides. Oh no, not flat rides. Track rides. So we kind of have we have like log flumes and a ghost. Well, wraiths are ghosts. Yeah, same thing. They're similar. They're just a bit scarier. We have a sit-down powered 4-seater ride, which you have antique cars, antique powered cars. You have powered automated vehicles, so you can create your own flat rides. You have the powered rotating ride, which might be really good for doing a dark ride of this style. I can never get these things to work correctly. The knotted ghost train, because they're like the old school ghost trains. I can never get them to work properly. It says powered. And that are electrically powered cars which travel at fixed speed along the track and are able to rotate while moving. Okay, perhaps I could. Yeah, we've got river rapids, family trains. We've got lots of options of what we can do with for a dark ride. But we will have to have a dark ride. And I need to go and research GCI wooden coasters. So, because we've had a request of that. Possibly put a woody over here and make use of this terrain, and have it like a werewolf themed wooden coaster. That's the ideas I've got so far. Yeah, it's just it's a shame that we've hit 11% already and I've done sweet FA, really. You know, it's very detailed and there is lots of what we've done, but it's not a lot. I'm hoping that it will calm down in a bit and it will stop going skyrocketing, but if it does, then we're going to have to, because I still need to put signposts, still need to put all the practical infrastructure, so it may just end up being a 2, you know, my idea of it being added to every year, that may not even come to fruition, because we'll just build a couple of bits and it'll be like, yep, you're nearly finished with your percentage. But we'll see how it goes. And obviously 16th September we've got the sorcery pack coming out, which is lots of new items, and that is about 300 scenery pieces, so I am kind of hopeful that there'll be some dead leaves in there or something, or autumnal leaves. I know there's sorcerers in it. Just it'd be nice if there's some ravens or something, wouldn't it? Some crows, or not fussy. You know, any kind of black Halloween based bird would be nice, or magic based bird, or some owls perhaps that I could colour. You know, not fussy. And so yeah, we're a giant pumpkin. What? I could build a giant pumpkin, or we want a giant pumpkin in the thing. I could build a giant pumpkin quite easily. So, because that is really simple, my pumpkin design, and it would work scaled up. And with basic shapes, I think it works. So yeah, we've got lots of options of what we can do. Lots of things we can do. See, this is where I'm thinking we are going to have to start using like the in-game railings on queues just to save, to keep that piece count, that percentage counter low, because it's already struggling, and I'm not building that high. Normally the Cobra engine doesn't like you building too high. Nothing's too high in the area, nothing too excessive in there. There's not loads of design or anything. There's obviously something it doesn't like, but hopefully it will calm down and we'll be able to do what we want a bit more. I don't know whether to have this or not, but I may do. For whom the bell tolls might be a good idea, like a death-based ride. It's always good at Halloween, isn't it? Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, as always, and I will see you soon when we do more Planet Coaster 2, or Skyrim, which was really, really well received, or Witcher 3, or Fortnite, or whatever I feel like playing on the night. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's been launched motorbike coaster, could be for you. Oh yeah, yes, yeah, definitely I've looked at that motorbike coaster and thought that'd be good. Next. See you next time, Ashley. I'll see you next time. But yeah, thanks for being here anyway, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.